What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. I hope all is well with you on this end of 2024. It's about to be 2025, guys. I cannot believe it. Please, can somebody pump the brakes? Can somebody slow down time a little bit? It's really getting out of hand, guys. Time is going by way too fast. But anyway, Welcome to the channel. For all of those out there who might be seeing me for the first time who don't know me, allow me to introduce myself for the sake of the topic of this video. I am the originator of the Recast T'Challa movement. Yes, that would be me. Now, I didn't come up with the hashtag Recast T'Challa, but I definitely came up with the first video declaring that T'Challa should be recast. I know some of you are out there saying, no, you didn't. This one did, or that one did, or I did. Okay, put up your video. I'm going to leave mine in the pinned comment below so you can see what I was talking about. You see, Marvel Studio head Kevin Feige made the announcement a little over 4 years ago today, December 10th, 2020. On December 11th, 2020, I produced my video, and I was out there and I was telling everybody all of the reasons why T'Challa should be recast. These were the talking points that I was using then that we're still using today. Now, once again, I did not come up with the hashtag Recast T'Challa. That was somebody else. But yes, I did that, guys. Now, I'm not being arrogant when I say that. There's a reason why I'm pointing this out. Well, okay. Maybe I am being a little bit arrogant, but that's because I'm not going to get credit for this. It's okay, though. But that's the point that I'm trying to make, okay? So, yes. It was a little over 4 years ago when I made that declaration, okay? And since then, I have been on panels of people who called me all types of names, who put me down, you know, on X. I've been insulted up and down, just like all of us who have been of the opinion that T'Challa should be recast. It's not just me. It's been all of us since then. In the last 4 years, that's what it's been. We've been called every name in the book, okay? And I've been primarily bringing my argument to black men. And that's the point that got me. I can't even get past black men to understand why we should have this historical, legendary black superhero. You know what I mean? They're going to argue me down. They're going to call me all types of names. Some of them feel like, oh, well, you talk like you're right wing, like you're MAGA, so we hate you and all of this stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys, you know, but I say that to say this. Recently on X, I saw this post by the mighty Eman from Eman Reviews. All right, we're talking about Emanuel Noisette. I believe you pronounce that last name. Big shout out to him. He runs a great channel, lots of good information there. But Emanuel Eman Noisette, he made this post on X, and it made me think, right? And I want to read to you the post because, and then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share with you what it is that he was looking at. Okay. So Eman says, on one hand, I'm happy that many people are coming around to the positivity of what the hashtag Recast T'Challa movement was all about. On the other hand, I'd be really disappointed if it took a white-led popular outlet speaking up to understand the push for positive black representation. Now, two things I want to say here, guys. For those of you who think that maybe Eman made his video before me, actually, I made mine a month before he made his, okay? So I'm not, once again, not being arrogant, not patting myself on the back. There's a reason why I'm pointing that out, okay? I made my video a month before his, right? But the fact of the matter is that Eman's video was superior to mine technically. Guys, you know my videos are mostly conversational. I put a lot of passion into it. I don't put a whole lot of technical stuff in. You're not going to like see a lot of clips and sound bites and all that stuff in my videos. But Eman, his video was a lot more comprehensive than mine, right? And he reached a lot more people than me. I have about a little over 13,000 subs, all right? YouTube will not let me move past that. I mean, I've been stuck at 13,000, a little over that for like 2 years now, okay? If anything, it subtracts, you know, every couple of months or whatever. Eman, he's got something like over 127,000 subs. All right, so that is nothing to sneeze at. He reaches a far greater audience than me. So even though I came with the message first, he reaches more people. And because I believe in what I'm saying, it's only a good thing that that message gets put out there to more people, right? So I see that as a win that he's able to talk about this. There are people who came up with petitions and things like that. There have been a lot of soldiers in this thing. That's why I said I'm not being arrogant. I'm just saying for the sake of this video that I was the first to make that video, okay? But that wasn't the end all be all. Other people took it further and it got bigger, much bigger than me, much bigger than my channel. And I was glad to see it, okay? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because Eman is opining about the fact that Eric Voss on his channel, New Rockstars? He made a video where he was talking about Black Panther, and he hit on some of the talking points that we've been discussing now for years, right? And let me just play a little clip of what Eric Voss had to say, okay? Listen up. You guys know I do everything small budget here, like I was saying. So here we go. Turn it up. Boom, 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 boom.
And a funeral scene that, we should note, was unattended by the Avengers. I know it's kind of weird. I just refuse to let go of that. But now, as we are moving forward, I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs a T'Challa in a similar way that it needs a Tony Stark, but I would say on an even deeper level for underrepresented groups who saw so much in the character of T'Challa. This universe just feels incomplete in the multiversal conflicts of...
Okay, so you hear what the guy said, all right? No lies detected. He hit on all of the points, most of the points that we've been talking about all of these years. All right, now Eric Voss happens to be white, okay? So this is what Eman is talking about, because what he's saying is that because Eric Voss, now keep in mind the channel New Rockstars, they have over 4 million subs on YouTube, okay? Over 4 million. This particular video that he did here probably has over 500,000 views. But because he's this like dominant voice and because he's reaching more people, I think what Eman is talking about is now that you have like content creators who are white with larger audiences beginning to talk about this, is it problematic that they would have more influence over the mainstream audience when we've been talking about this forever? And this is the reason why, guys. This is the reason why I brought up the fact that I made the first video. It's probably like one of the first, honestly. One of the first videos regarding this. Because the important thing, I would imagine, is that the message is getting out there. Not necessarily the race of like who's talking about it. But if we were to be honest here, you need that. You need to have a voice that appeals to a larger audience. You know what I mean? Let's just face it. The comic book crowd is more predominantly white than it is black, right? And the ultimate inescapable truth of the matter is that T'Challa Black Panther was created by 2 white Jewish men. You know what I mean? So as I've been told all of these years, when I've talked about recasting T'Challa, they own it. They can do what they want with it. We don't own it. Black people didn't come up with Black Panther. You know what I mean? Black people came up with Black Lion, in all Negro comics that I have back here, right? Black Lion was actually the first black superhero that I know of, right? All Negro comics back there. But of course, black people didn't support that. Nobody knows who it is. So, we have T'Challa, right? But you can't change ownership. So I would say that the white man giveth, the white man taketh away, and the white man can give it again. So yes, Eman, with all due respect, it is going to take white-led popular outlets speaking about this in order for the ears that need to hear this to hear it more clearly. Like, it's been 4 years, bruh. It's been over 4 years. They know that we're out here. And I am not ashamed to say that my videos talking about recast T'Challa are amongst my lowest viewed videos. I think the last time I talked about recast T'Challa, that video got something like 127 views, bruh. All right. Now, you can say what you want to about the algorithm and all of that stuff, which I believe, by the way. I know, that there's something going on with that. I have so many of you tell me that you don't get notifications for my videos and all of that stuff. And quite honestly, I watch all the same videos that you do. And I know I'm at least as good as those other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So, if not better, but I'm stuck where I'm stuck, and it is what it is. But the fact of the matter is that I'm grateful that more people are talking about it, because this was one of my criticisms for years. It's like, why are we like the only ones out here? Why are black content creators? Why is this a black thing? You know, why are like you got more black content creators talking about this? And this is a comic book space, right? It's sci-fi and comics and all that stuff. So why don't you see like more of the like larger viewed channels talking about this the way they would talk about it if they did something like this to Superman or Spider-Man or, one of the mainstay characters that everybody knows for ages, you know what I mean? But they haven't been, you know what I mean? And if they had been, then yeah, it probably would be a little bit more, heard, seen, by Marvel studio heads and things like that. But as it is, they act like it's not even an issue because it's just us talking about it. And like I said, unfortunately, when you talk about black content creators, especially black male content creators, we just don't get that respect. I mean, I give you, for example, something else that I saw on X, and this is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Some of you guys might have heard of this guy. He's supposed to be a PhD, he's an activist, whatever, and Dr. Boyce Watkins says on X last week or a couple of weeks ago, rather randomly, because he talks about like issues of finance and, racial issues or whatever. But this is what Dr. Boyce Watkins had to say. He said, a lot of brothers are mad because the new hashtag Black Panther is a woman. Women getting power doesn't take away your power. Remember that. Also, bitching doesn't make you a man. Hard work does. Now, keep in mind, Boyce Watkins is a black man, okay? So this is what I was talking about the major push that you get against this is from other black men. Boyce Watkins did basically the same thing that Barack Obama did. And that's what I said. I wrote my comment back to him, and I said, you are embarrassingly misinformed about this one. You're just as bad as Obama, insulting black men by assuming our position instead of initiating a respectful conversation to gain understanding. So this dude just came out of nowhere and decided he was going to throw black men under the bus, talking about we're bitching because Black Panther is a woman. You know what I mean? Now, would he level that accusation towards a white content creator? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Unfortunately, it is going to take white participation, as far as creators and things like that, in order to further this message. Like if Eric Voss wants to talk about this and he wants to get 500,000 views talking about this, that's only a good thing for hashtag recast T'Challa, okay? It doesn't matter who's first. It doesn't matter who gets credit for what. And that's the reason why I started the video the way I did, talking about it was me who made the first video. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Other people took it further. E-Man took it further than me. Then you had other content creators like my brother Fatal J, my brother Chillmonger. There are so many out there who are taking it to the next level, okay? Who are being heard, who are making a difference. And that's a good thing. All right. We shouldn't be threatened by the fact that Eric Voss is white or whatever the case may be. It just is what it is, guys. And as hurtful as it may be, as I've always said, even Jesus, and this would be the greatest race swap in the history of mankind, even Jesus had to be painted white before he could become the Messiah. Because if he had stayed a man of color, if he had stayed a black man, if he had stayed an Indian man, especially these days, then it would not have hit as hard, okay? It just wouldn't. Don't blame me. It just would have been seen as another lynching. It just would have been another dead hard R. That's it, all right? I didn't make these rules. It just is what it is. So sometimes you need that extra push to get that extra consideration from extra people. That is what it is. So big shout out to E-Man. Big shout out to Eric Voss. Big shout out to everybody who's been talking about this, because it is, after all, a travesty. We need to recast T'Challa. It was a bad decision to begin with. So anyone who wants to sound off on this gets my support. All right, guys, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about white people talking about recast T'Challa and the possibility of white people getting the credit of recast T'Challa? I don't know, guys. All right, do we put the cause ahead of the fact? Or get in the comment section and let me know. I'm not saying this or that. I'm not offering any answers. I just want your opinion. As always, guys, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. And of course, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can hit the super thanks feature on each and every one of my videos. Guys, that's it for now. I will see you on the next one. This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.